Testing, testing. Gonna see if it comes up on Twitch. Good moment. So the latency. Yes. All right. There we go. So we are back at the final episode, as we are on our way to fight Malastair today. Preparation. I did a few things. Let's see. I went and grabbed Soulsinger's cowl because it gives me some of the death defense as it compares to the Reaper's Hood. Like, there's one less damage and a lot less HP. I figured I would take it because I'm gonna need the death defense for the final fight. That's unchanged. I also got these. Again, less health and damage, but the death defense going to be really good. I also got this, which I got accidentally from farming Ivan. And then the really important thing, I got one of the new gear pieces, which, as you can see, they both have the same name. One of them's the new item, the other's the old. Yeah. The one problem with the blades is that they don't stack with normal blades. Like, so if you use your regular card blade and then use the amulet blade, they don't both get used on an attack, which is kind of sad. But I did get both of those from. I got the amulet from Vesta, which I think I also got the myth one. Let me look. Yeah, Cronius's Continuum Circlet. Yeah, that one's the myth one that I also got from her. Something interesting I found is that on yesterday's, I found this from Snow Crusher. And that's like one of the new pieces of gear. And I was originally like, wait, did they keep it so that the bosses that dropped the old gear, can they do that? Well, then I did a bit of digging. I went to the arena, saw what other people had level 50 gear. But a lot of it was the new bosses, I shouldn't say new bosses, it's the new boss locations, such as Malastair. But then, when I looked at Storm, it said the drop location for their hat was Malastair and Victor, or no, it's Tumok for the hat. But yeah, it was Tumok and Victor Snow Crusher. So, I'm thinking, if you're like a storm or balance, Victor might be the way to go for at least 2 pieces of gear you can get guaranteed for right now. So yeah. The other thing, I got all the reagents I need to make the Crimson Book stands, so we can make those. Let's do this real quick. Excellent. As well as getting Scroll of Fortune points. Oh my goodness, I need 1 more point. And then another thing I did is I caught the sumo koi. Actually, let me go find them. Sumo koi and I think the ninja fish. Where is it? That's M's. Yeah. The ninja fish, which is in Tatakai Outpost, or I ended up going to Kemba Lung. And then, where's the sumo koi? It might be back a page. No? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this guy, which is life in Kishibe Village. But now we're on our way to the Great Spire. Of course, we can turn in the 1 crafting quest, get that out of the way. Which I just want to do a double check. Crown of Fire, yup. Great Spire. Sadly, I didn't get the other fishing quest done, which is unfortunate. But I'm hoping that this extra death defense will be enough to get us through the fights.
And now, it is time for judgment.
Balthazar examines each of your bookshelves, paying close attention to the tiniest of details.
Very well. My judgment is that today, young wizard, you have earned the badge of Master Artisan. Congratulations!
I like how we get a pop-up for it.
Master Artisan, it is time for you to continue your studies. Come find me in the Athenia.
Yay, we finally have Master Artisan for crafting.
I judge it is time for you to continue your studies. What? Did you think you had mastered all there was to learn about crafting? There was a Malibonian I knew who is more skilled than I. This Grandmaster Artisan was named Pierce Stanson. Prospector Zeke told me Pierce Stanson was last known to be accompanying Celestian expedition. Search Celestia for Pierce Stanson and ask him to teach you.
Alright, obviously we can't do that. Yet. Alright, let's head back. Let's actually go to the Crown of Fire. I guess we're taking the dragon ride again, actually, because I forgot that I didn't leave a mark there. Although, is this guy also going? I like how my head is just hanging off the side. But I had to sneeze, apparently not. Okay. Well, we might as well not hold off. Let's go on in. Although we may get a friend. He may be in team up, so I'm just gonna go in. But we'll see. Apparently not. Alright then. But welcome, the Great Spire. But now we have to make it through this labyrinth. Honestly, I do really like this area. It's one of my favorite in all of Dragonspire. There's just so much to look at and, well, explore. Doesn't really lead anywhere. Yeah, that's just a dead end. And a bunch of wandering enemies, which, you can just kind of avoid them. Although I do want to get that book.
This tome is titled Ancient of Days, the Founding of Dragonspire. Here were dragons. Dragonspire was a haven from its earliest days to the Scaled Ones. In those days, men and dragon were dire enemies, and the folk who lived here did so in constant fear.
Alright, the final history tome of Dragonspire. Ooh boy. Forget. Is there anything down there? I don't think there is. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Maybe there might be a spell quest that goes into here. I'm not sure. I vaguely remember something like it. But yeah, it's been kind of uneventful because we haven't really run into any enemies that we have to fight. But this next area, let me actually make sure. Ooh, how do I want to set up my hand? Let's see. Definitely a Dark Pact. I don't know if I want a dead zone for this. Oh, what was that? Definitely probably want 2 scarecrows just in case. Because this fight might be mandatory, yeah. Oh boy, fighting 4 enemies at once. Let's see. Okay, I hope I have Dark Pact. I might. Hope I do. No, I don't have it. Okay, then what we can do, probably don't want that thing. I'll just have to out-damage it. He's really using another weakness. Okay. Ooh, do I want to? Okay. No. I'll pass this turn. But I want to be at 7 pips. So that in case I get a fail pip next turn, it won't matter. Because I'm trying to think. That does 1,000 with a blade. I mean, I think this'll kill, right? I suppose I also had the time if I wanted to blade up again. Okay, yeah. 1,000 damage. Jeez, that is loud. Nope, nothing good. Oh, that's the wrong way. Actually, wait, where am I going? This is... Oh, I didn't see the dip. Can we make it past? No. Okay, another mandatory fight. At least it's only 3 guys this time. Yeah, I guess I'll use Spirit Blades. I really do wish that those blades stack. Unfortunate that they don't, because then I could just double blade and then AoE. Assuming, you know, I got power pips all those turns. Alright, I think all I can do really is pass. Oh my goodness. I don't have a weakness, so I don't want a Dark Pact. I also haven't really taken any damage. So I should be fine. Scarecrow is just too broken of a move. It just heal back everything. Yeah, since I'm getting normal pips now. There we go. Excellent. Oh, duh. I forget, is there anything over here? Ooh, wait, no, that's where I'm supposed to go. What about this door? This actually, well, I can't tell if it leads anywhere. Apparently not. Here we go. This place is falling apart. Now, I think we get to the fun part. These are the Gurtoks, which, aren't gonna be easy. But these guys also drop the Athame and, Ring, I believe. Alright, let's see. Bring this, bring these. I'm tempted to bring a second Dark Pact. Wait, no, I want some more trap. Do I want the spirit traps? I guess I can take them. What I might do is just go for a quick Scarecrow. Although maybe not. I could go for Scarecrow just to get the other enemies out of the way. And Just so it's just me fighting the Gurtok. Once I fight the ice guys, that's definitely what I'm doing, because I do not want them spamming shields. I think this is the guy that drops the ring. So we'll see what we get. I don't have my hit yet, so we'll do this. Alright, that's kind of what I expected. I do have Scarecrow, but I think I'll do this first. If I Scarecrow now, then I'll lose that blade, the Elemental Blade. Elemental Spirited Blade. Although actually, depending on what happens. I know I have an extra death trap. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, now I'm taking a lot of damage. I think I'm gonna have to Scarecrow. Yeah, we'll do it. And I suppose we could just want it off the weakness. Okay, we reset the field. Now I just gotta do 3,000 to him. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. I forgot about the weakness. Oh well. Come on. I don't want to be using power points for my normal spells. Okay, there we go. I also haven't seen my Dark Pact. Is it really at the bottom? Oh, that may have been a mistake. Okay, not too grievous a mistake. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So then we do this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buffs. I have to remember I've also lost 2% damage. Alright, yeah, we'll do this and then probably use Scarecrow, honestly. Does more damage, makes the most sense. Scarecrow is just such a good move. Yeah, I guess so. If I actually managed to get the ring on the first try, man. Let's see what I get. Here, choose. I do like how it has a chest. Bit of hibernation. Yeah, that was not great. I should have saved that. Whoops. Okay, these guys I'm gonna have to worry about them using shields a bunch. No, that's probably not a great move. I don't think poison's the move either. Crimson Phantom? No. Also, Dream Golem could be really useful for the final fight. I gotta think about this. Bring one of these. Because I have to anticipate that I'm going to have to hit him twice. I think that'll be good. And thank goodness that I go first. Oh, that's a lovely start. Really now? Oh boy. Well, now Dark Pact isn't as smart of a play. Alright, I'll focus on getting rid of the minions first. That's gonna be paramount. Of course, if I don't have an AoE, that may be more difficult. I do have 2 feints, so I think I'm safe to do that. I just need to pull a Scarecrow. Well, that may be more difficult than anticipated. Okay. I'm fine with that. You didn't have a blade at least. Thank goodness ice is the lowest damage. Okay, I actually need that Scarecrow to come up, like, now. I don't think I can get rid of anything. Alright, we'll Dark Pact. I think that's just my best move. I might have to do a full setup on the boss. Because I got 2 Scarecrows. So why are they not coming up? I've gotten really lucky so far. Jiminy Christmas. I might just have to do a full setup, yeah. Kinda sucks because I'm gonna be really low on HP if this doesn't work out. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take a gamble. I think that's my best bet. I have to get that. Pardon me. But yeah, I've got to get that scarecrow. This might actually end up killing the boss, because I've got a lot set up. There we go, finally. And I guess it's a good thing that I got rid of that one hit. Oh wow, he's almost dead. Alright then. Oh, then he shields. But I don't think it'll matter, because I have enough to where I think, yeah, even if he shields and weaknesses, it's not going to be enough. Okay, that's unbuffed. Oh, that's fine. I don't like that it's a storm move with high damage, but I'll take it. So wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't care. I already had one down. Guess I'm doing that. Okay, now that is kind of annoying. There we go. Oh boy. That's gotta be enough. Yeah, okay. So kind of mad it had most of its teeth removed with those two things. Code of the Zephyr. Bruh. Okay. So that's those guys taken care of. Then how do we get to the other side? I think it's the Howling Cave that houses the other boss. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Because that does mean I have to get into the middle of that. Let's see. Because this is a mob fight. I can probably get rid of one of those. Let's see if we can bypass it. No, we cannot. Alright. Ah, well. Because we do actually have to get to the opposite side of one of these caves. Actually, well, I don't think we have to get across both now. But I am not getting power pips, which kinda sucks. Oh my goodness. We'll Dark Pact, I suppose. That might have been a mistake. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Because now I'm really low. There we go. Alright, I think we just pass. We pass and hope I get a power pip next turn. Oh my goodness, no. If all else fails, cause that's gonna be a lot of damage if I get hit. If they all attack. Okay, thank goodness. Cause you could Storm Shark twice. Or they could use Crat. That's really bad. Here's to hoping. I realize I didn't put down. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. That's death right there. Okay. Those pip fails. Then of course we lose to the mob fight. Oh boy. Okay. Guess we potion up and go back. We're gonna have to walk back all that way. I need to put marks down. I can't get fail pips. Or else I just lose that. I mean, I could have just passed the one turn with the weakness, but then I'm worried about not doing enough damage. Well, no, I think I do enough. Because I do 1,000 with a weakness on and 2 blades. Maybe that was smarter. Also, why do I have that quest up? There we go. On the road again. Oh wait, that's right. Gotta go this way. Alright, back up the elevator. This time I'm gonna place a mark down, so that we don't have to walk all the way back in case we die again. Although maybe because I activated that fight, I don't have to actually fight it. One can hope. Okay, they're all kind of... Well, now they're spreading out. Okay, because I activated them, it got rid of the one where it just pulls you into the fight. And then there's this guy, whom I have no idea what his purpose is. I don't think he has any quests attached to him. He just hangs out here. So, alright then. Oh wait, that's not the way to Tumok. Well, now we're on the opposite side of this. That'll unlock the doors that are over there. However, I want to fight Tumok, because he's the one that drops the hat. These guys I should be able to sneak past, right? Well, yeah, I can go up here and just avoid it entirely. Alright, yeah, here's Tumok. Let's get the boss stuff out again. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need, not that. This stuff. We'll do this. Now, hopefully, we don't get ran. Hopefully I don't fail hit this much. Let's see. We'll do that. Since I don't have a scarecrow in hand. They haven't been weaknessing, at least. So that's good. We'll do that. Oh, I just realized he has 6,000 HP. I want to need a full setup on him. Okay, that's actually... Oh, never mind. Ooh, well, no. I think weakness can fizzle. But I think that's Scorpion, because I keep remembering that Myth does that for some reason. Yeah, we'll do that. They're getting a lot of pips. But they haven't hit me until now. Also, a nice rock. Ow. Why is he using storm moves? Same with this guy. Well, at least I should be getting that back, right? I know that'll be a lot of damage to him. Yeah. Thank you for using that myth trap before you died. Oh, well, you just replaced it. Okay, then. Excellent. 2,000 damage is not bad. Not back to full, at least. I love being death. Alright, now we gotta get pips back up. He's not gonna... Bruh. They respawn. Okay. He's got a... Oh, he's got nothing on him. we'll do that. Okay. Kind of annoying that he respawned. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? I think I can just focus the boss. He won't have any. They both don't have pips, actually. I do not want to do that just yet. Yeah, okay. He just doesn't have weakness, apparently. I mean, that's nice of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boosts. We'll do 6 and call it a day. Yeah, that should be good. Luckily, even if one of these guys respawns, they can't join because only 4 enemies can be in a battle. There we go. Do I get anything good? Apparently not. Doesn't have a second chance chest as well. We are actually already getting to the end. We're getting close, I should say. Well, now we're back on this side, at least. I wonder if for the stream, we'll just farm these guys? That could be smart. Like, after I beat this, then I can start using Team Up. We're almost there. We can actually see him. You can also see the claw of the dragon. I have to remember where the stone rose is. Then we've got this fight, which is not fun, but I think this will be enough. So basically, these guys are just holding the door shut. Okay, I'm just gonna have to take him out as quickly as possible and hope they don't tower shield too much. More weakness as well. Let me think. They have 890 HP. Well, this'll cover the tower a bit. Weakness. That was a really good turn for me. I think we just passed. Oh my goodness, they did it again. Oh, I don't care about one tower shield. I'm going to capitalize on that. The other guy I can just trap stack on and he'll be gone. I'm going to take a free hit of taking these guys out. hasn't attacked, but I predict he's going to use Colossus. Or actually Meteor Strike. He doesn't have 6 pips. Now I'm thinking he's going to use Colossus. Okay, but also, getting power pips would be nice. Yeah, there it is. It's gonna hurt as well. There we go. Alright, that's that. Hopefully I'll get the health that I lost back. I think that's 3 buffs on him. 800 HP. Yeah, that'll be close. Wait. Yeah. Alright, that's 1 down. Get anything good from that? I have a feeling that these guys aren't going to be so charitable. But I do go first. I'm gonna say that. Actually, wait, if they double shield him. Okay, no. Excellent, excellent. Alright. Second verse, same as the first. Yeah, I got the 2. Okay. I guess just go for Wraith again. That's not great. I don't get power pips. It's gonna be annoying. It's being annoying. Alright, I think all I can do is pass here. My goodness. Because I want to get my health back. Let's see, that'll be 500. Yeah, we'll do that one. More damage, and I do need the health. There we go. Now the doors are open. Now, out here should be the stone rose, right? Did I miss it? Oh wait, no. I remember where it is. There he is. Okay, so for this fight, because they're all death, I'm just gonna bring a bunch of converts. It's unfortunate that that's kind of how I'm gonna have to do this. But hopefully this will work. The only thing I'm worried about is a weakness. And lo and behold. Okay, at least, because I can counter that just with a blade. And that's all they can, they only have that one weakness. So I'm just gonna have to keep stacking these. I'm gonna end up with like 10 of those on me, aren't I? Luckily, I do have the death resist. Even if it's only like 23%, I'm gonna have to hope that that carries me through these fights. That's not great. We'll do that, because I need 2 more converts. This is basically how I'm going to do the next fight as well, though in a slightly different order. That'll be a bit easier. Get rid of that. Here comes a bunch of attacks, I bet. Okay, that's not too bad. Wait, they have Wyvern? Okay, that wasn't too bad of a turn. Just one more and then we Scarecrow. That should be enough. And that guy didn't hit me. It's great. And if all else fails, I might be able to Scarecrow again. Yeah, 1,000. And I'm basically back to full. Actually, I think I am. Alright, so then, yep, over here is the stone rose.
You found the 10th stone rose.
Oh boy, time for the best cutscene in the game.
Malistaire, this is Cyrus, your brother. Stop this madness at once. The Dragon Titan will no more serve you than he did the Lords of Dragonspire. Sylvia, your wife, she's gone. There is no power in the spiral that can bring her back. Certainly not this.
My brother, Cyrus.
You have apparently lost your faith in my abilities. How unfortunate. And how blind of you. The Lords of Dragonspire lacked the will to command the Dragon Titan. I am far stronger than they were. I am the Master of Death! The Dragon Titan will do as I command. I will order it to return my wife Sylvia to life so that she might rule at my side.
Cyrus holds up the knowledge crystal, storing Sylvia Drake's memories.
I can see that in your madness there is no listening to reason. But perhaps you will listen to the sound of your own heart.
Malastair, please. It's me, Sylvia. Listen to me. You must stop this madness. The man I loved would never risk the lives of so many for his own desire. I love you. Please release me. Be happy and move on.
I expected better of you, brother. You thought you could trick me with a mere illusion? You'll pay for evoking my beloved Sylvia. Now for my great work, the summoning of the Dragon Titan! Stand aside, young wizard. You cannot hope to stop me.
And here we have Malastair Drake and the Dragon Titan. Okay, this is gonna be one hell of a fight. So, I think I'm gonna have to do this. I don't know if Dead Zone's a good idea. Yeah, it might be. I'll pack one. Triangle could also be useful. Spirit traps. I don't want too many. Because basically, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before, where it's stack a bunch of scarecrows. I am actually going to mark location. I gotta think. Let's see, Dark Pact, probably. Because my hand is going to be gigantic if I do it like this. Just gotta get rid of those minions as soon as I can. That's the main thing. Dream Golem's not gonna be useful. I'm tempted to bring a Death Shield or two. Because once he starts getting really high in pips, that could be really scary for me. Alright. We're gonna go in with this, and we're gonna hope it's enough. Alright. So, first strategy, get rid of the minions. As soon as I can. I'm gonna have to hope that I pull a, Scarecrow soon. Okay, got all those. I might actually have to mill some cards in order to pull them, because I only have the 3. This could be rough. Okay. That's not what I want. I could summon a minion here. Yeah, we'll do that. Because this minion is really good. The Virulences, I think he has Sacrifice in case. That's what I didn't pack. I didn't pack any Sacrifices. Which actually would be really good with the minus 25s I'm getting. Alright. Oh my goodness, he's doing it right off the bat. That's amazing. Although I think that means they're gonna target him now. That's actually so good. Minion is baller. Alright, I gotta think about this. I have to hope that the minion starts, like, spamming weaknesses or the virulent plagues. Because they're all out of pips, which is great for me. Problem is, I don't have any attacks. Alright. Get rid of a curse. Will... Dark Pact, yes. I'm tempted to put a convert on Malastare, just for the extra damage on him. Amazing. They're actually all targeting him. Oh, that could be both bad and good. Does he have resist? He does. That's a lot of resist. Okay. A, amazing. B, no, I'm just gonna pass. Because now the minions are gone. And if Malastare nukes my minion, it actually could be good for me because I also don't want him using attacks while I'm setting up on Malastare. He has so much resist that that might not happen. That's amazing. Okay. That's that out of the way. Malastare's not going to take, like, any damage, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, 254. Okay. That's great for me. But I'm just gonna blade. Although now Malastare's probably targeting me now. Actually, that death trap ain't good because it's behind that. Another reason why this guy is amazing, he has Ship of Fools for some reason. Nah, I'm just gonna set up blades. It kinda does suck. Because it's possible my minion will screw up my strategy. It might backfire. But with this, he might be targeting me because of the heal. Probably not, because I did the most damage to him. Yeah, that did nothing. Hey minion, could I get a heal? I could double-edge sword this. Alright, we'll do it. That's amazing for me! You know what? Just for that, we're putting down death prisms. Oh, I love this minion. Oh, well, that's not gonna help. That storm. This minion is perfect. This minion is perfect. Although, I don't think I can use that death blade. I will take it with a smile. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping he would use something bigger, but he did lose to the power pip. Okay. Wait. I can save that death trap. This is how we avoid my minion taking my stuff. Okay. Surely Malistair's gonna get mad at him now for healing all that health. Although that was actually a lot of health that he healed. No, that's so bad! No, that's like really bad. We'll do. I guess I have to do that. And I should have replaced the minion. That sucks so much. Oh my goodness. I almost don't want to get rid of him. But I'm gonna have to wait out this poison because that was the worst time to faint. Yeah, I guess we just pass. Alistair, please be going after the minion this time. Or else I'm just gonna have to get rid of him. Oh, but I can't. I can't get rid of him. Because that is just gonna replace him. Although a sacrifice would be nice on his part. Okay. So that's the second tick. He's got one more on him. Again, I can't do anything. Okay. That's nice. I guess we're gonna have to put a death prism up. If all else fails, I will just emergency get rid of the minion. Although he can, because the minion can feign. Okay, that's really good. We're gonna do this. Do I have any more converts? I hope so. But I'm fine with those. This minion is uber buffing me. I should have brought Monster Mash, honestly. Yeah, 308 through the Virulence, and he has another one on. Okay. I think what we do doesn't have a curse down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be 9. I'm gonna hit him next turn. Unless the minion does something stupid. I am gonna have to... I'll get rid of the minion. I think I gotta. Like, I don't have a choice in the matter. I've gotta get rid of the minion. Maybe he can sacrifice next turn. That would be nice of him. Okay. Now I have a chance. Now we make sure this lands. This might actually be GG. This might be the end of Malastare. Oh my goodness, it is. Oh my goodness.
I failed you, Sylvia. All I wanted was to free you from death. I've done so much to help bring you back.
Oh, Malastair, I'm in a better place. Come to me. Rest now, my love. You can rest now.
You've done it. Close the cover on this unfortunate chapter. It is unfortunate that you were drawn into such a dangerous battle, but you showed courage and ingenuity beyond anything I could have imagined. I have lost my brother, though the true Malastair was gone long ago. I will return us both to Headmaster Ambrose's office now. I've opened a portal leading there. I suggest you use it.
Let's see what we got. We got the Forefather. Yeah, that's the end. The end of, at least at that point, Wizard 101. Obviously, there's more to do. Investment of the Spring, that's no good. Man, I'm not getting anything good. But I'm surprised I got the Basilica teleport on my first try. Well, as he said, let's end this chapter. Cyrus is here.
Bravo, bravo, young wizard. Because you stopped Malastare, you've saved every world upon the spiral.
The headmaster looks at you with a twinkle in his eyes.
I remember when you first enrolled at Ravenwood. I thought I saw something special in you.
I apologize for the actions of my brother Malastair. With your help, I have released Sylvia's spirit and have done my best to set things right. And I admit that I should have trusted your instincts about the young wizard, Ambrose. Though off to a rough start, the wizard has become a truly remarkable student.
Ah, indeed. Now, how about heading back to our classes? I'm certain we can all use a break from adventure. Exciting news. Oh, exciting news indeed. Professor Baelstrom's efforts to enter the door to Celestia have met with success. Baelstrom has repaired Celestia's spiral key. Now we can go to that strange, star-lost world and learn of its fate. Here you go. For obvious reasons, you have more than earned this.
Headmaster Ambrose hands you a spiral key carved with astronomic symbols.
Oh, yes. There's a distress call from the Spiral Geographic Society trapped on Celestia. Do see if you can help them out.
All right. Yeah, but that was, I would say, obviously with the introduction of Celestia, we are now in the realm of Arc 2. But I gotta say, I love the first story arc. It's always one that I want to replay. And being able to do it with basically the gear from as the game originally intended for the most part. It was pretty fun. Now, we're probably going to be doing Grizzleheim. We could do Grizzleheim, we could do, farming for the Malistaire gear. Honestly, I didn't expect to finish this so quickly. I expected, like, multiple tries at the final fight. Yeah. Although now with that, I'm not able to get tier 1 Spellmans anymore. I'm gonna have to go use my myth to farm it. But man, we did it. I'm actually not sure I want to unlock my level just yet, even though we'll get like, what, 4 level ups out of it? Ooh, that does remind me. We need to go back into Dragonspire to turn in those book quests. The book quest and the Stone Roses. But I think how I'll do it for this, we're probably going to do Grizzleheim after this. We're going to finish up Ravenscar. Then I think we're going to go to Celestia. And then do, well, I was going to say, then we'll do Celestia. But, let's see. Prospector Zeke was down here.
Amazing, young wizard. You found them all. I'm surely thrilled to have these stone roses. I hope you keep on looking for stuff. Like Zeke always says, there's always gonna be stuff worth collecting. Every little thing can be useful, especially in the right hands. Keep on exploring. I hope to see you again round the spiral, wherever your path leads you.
Alright. Then we've got to get to, Dragonspire Explorer and Master Explorer. We're getting a bunch of badges. Let me actually see. Dragon Rider, Draconian Slayer, Savior of the Spiral. Okay. Then it was the Athenium. Something I also didn't mention is that I got rank 6 in fishing. So there actually might be some fishing spells I can get.
Oh, thank you for your effort. Their weight, the words within give me great comfort. It is tragic that the last volume will perhaps never be written. Thank you, young wizard, for restoring these memories to me.
Talisman of Disorder. Dragonspire Master. Do we get another one? No. What does this give? Oh, it gives reshuffle. Aw. Alright. Let's see. trying to remember what all for fishing there was. I know there's a rank 6 trainer back in Grizzleheim. You know what? We're probably just going to do that rather than farming for Malastare gear right now. Yes, these are also tier 3 lures. Yeah, I should have enough to get all these. We won't really need them just yet, but we'll take them. The other thing is they use a lot more energy. Okay. We're going to Grizzleheim now. It's been a while since we've been here. So let's see. And I believe Yaff Road over here. I'm trying to remember what he has. Summon fish, charm fish, and fish lullaby. I think charm fish is the only one that... Well, no. Summon fish is actually really good. Charm fish could also be useful. I don't know about fish lullaby. Alright, and that looks like it for the fishing stuff. He has a recipe shop. Oh, it's for the aquariums. Although he also has snacks. Crafting recipes for snacks, and he gives some alright stuff, actually. I never realized. But, that is for another time. For now, we can actually continue in Grizzleheim. And I believe Bjorn has a quest to get us into Ravenscar.
Greetings, my friend and ally. The greatest honor Grizzleheim can bestow upon you is yours. An audience with our king, Valgard Goldenblade. He is the mightiest of Grizzleheim's warriors, and tales of his victories have no doubt spread across the spiral. Your fame has marked you as a great hero, so he is showing you respect by meeting with you. He may ask you for another great deed, so he can be sure that your reputation is deserved. King Valgard is in the Great Hall. He will speak with you now.
I'll say, in case we've forgotten, I think there was like a plan of the Covens to basically split Grizzleheim apart.
So, this is the young hero all of my people are telling stories about. I am honored to meet you. Your fame has spread throughout all of Grizzleheim. Fate has surely led you to this moment. I am now speaking with envoys from the Ravens and the Wolves, so that we might forge a newfound peace in Grizzleheim. But that peace is already in danger. A terrible old foe threatens our land once more. To counter it, fate has brought forth a new hero, you. Jotun, a fierce and massive Brendel, is one of the oldest and most deadly of his kind. He has issued a challenge to face you in combat. Jotun has heard tell of the battles you have fought against his kind and kin, and he wants revenge. He has two brothers, lesser in strength, but still mighty. Jotun and his brothers all dwell in the ruined undercity of Nidavellir, outside this very settlement. You have stirred Jotun's anger. Will you now deal with him?
Alright, and here's like one of the hardest bosses in Grizzleheim. Alright, but we also have this book.
From the Darkling Woods came the Sage King Rhaegar, wealthy in lore and runecraft. The young warrior Earl learned the runes from Rhaegar, the truth they told. Rhaegar's council served Earl wise. In times to come, Earl was named his son and his king. Thane and Thrall were Earl's two brothers. Master and servant were their roles.
Alright. That's another one of those done. We've got Winterdeep Warren and Hall of Valor and Ravenscar for the rest of those. Alright. Since we have the quest to fight Jotun, might as well head to Nidavellir. Now there are actually two ways to fight this boss. There's the slightly easier, but it takes a bit of time way. Or there's the no good, very bad, really difficult way. And I'll show you what I mean. Also, Nidavellir just looks really cool. So, basically what would happen is you go into the Hall of Valor, and this is where you would fight Jotun. There is a book in the Hall of Valor. I have to remember that. And you just get put into here. There's some enemies that you can just easily avoid. This is just kind of a little secret boss, I suppose. I think there's actually like 2 non-required bosses in this area. That's one of them. And, oh boy. Let's see. Across this door. Huh. Again, more enemies to avoid. And then you have these guys.
Come, brother. The fools have challenged all of us.
This is the no good, very bad, no fun route. Where if you fight all of the brothers at once. But I figured I'd come here at least to get this.
3 tribes inherited this land. Bear, Wolf, and Raven call it home. Mighty warriors and makers of fine things. Honor and strength are the bear's way. Swift hunters and night runners, speed and cunning are the wolf's way. Crafty sages and honeyed speakers, magic and counsel are the raven's way. Together they must dwell here. Peace must govern them all, always.
Alright. But yeah, fighting them all at once is really not a smart idea. You will probably get trounced. And then I think back here is, yep, the other kind of secret out-of-the-way boss. However, once I get out of here, I'm going to show you the much easier way of dealing with him. Which is, not fight all the bosses at once. Because, I don't know if you noticed on when we were entering, but there were also 2 other dungeons that you could go into. And each one of them has one of the brothers to Jotun in them. I don't exactly remember which one's where. Yeah, I wanted to exit the dungeon. But yeah, over here and over there. And when you defeat a boss in one of the dungeons, he will no longer appear in the Jotun fight. Which is how you make this a lot easier, especially if you're soloing. If you've got a full team, you probably should be able to handle all 3 bosses. I went to the wrong one. Let's see. Ooh, they're life type. I'll have to think about this carefully. This one, it's a bit longer of a dungeon. As you see, you have to go to each of these areas and fight a boss in order to get to the final area. Let me actually look at this. Alright, that should be fine. I just have to hope they don't shield, really. Which, yeah, he's got 3,000 HP. I just realized they only have 660 HP. This might be easier than I anticipated. I'm so accustomed to the super bosses of Dragonspire. I mean, he has around that HP. But the minions... I also don't seem to be pulling my blades. I don't need all these scarecrows, but I'll hold on to one in case one of them shields. Because this will take out the minions. I'm not sure how much that did to the boss. He's at 1,000, so pretty sizable amount. Okay, that's actually taking up my space. I already have a blade, though. Okay, yeah, I didn't need that other scarecrow. Guess just wait for some of my other traps to come up. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I don't want to lose more pips. I'm just gonna... Actually, probably don't even need that. Because I should be able to use Wraith next turn, right? That's a feint, plus 2 blades. That does over 2,000, surely. Especially if I use Scarecrow. That was a lot, though. Well, I'm not getting much of a choice. Ow. That's annoying. Oh, I got it back. Thank goodness. This dude. I think this still does enough. Well, now actually I'm not so sure. No, it doesn't. It's 200 HP. This guy does not want to go down. And let me guess, my other traps are at the very bottom. Why do I have that still? What? Just pass. Literally anything I throw at him will take him out. Yeah, there's my traps at the very bottom. I don't know why I kept that minion. I guess I kind of expected him to have more health. Alright, one boss down. Now you'll see all these doors open. Now where to start? Because they're all a different region. First off, get these out of my hand. It's too bloated. We'll do this. I believe there is also a yard bird in here. Oh, they all just gravitate to it. Okay. I also have 660. Ah, a lovely start. Now I don't want them using too many shields. Thing. Although, do they have Sand Behemoth? I'll have to look up. Because maybe they don't have shields. Actually, wait, that's perfect. Let me look. No, they do have spirit shields. Okay. Something I have to be worried about. Really? I know they do have boost, and to be honest, Scarecrow probably just does enough to take him out anyways. Yeah, we'll just save up for it. Okay, luckily the minions do not have that. Oh, that's actually smarter. Actually, that turned out to be smarter. Now I've got two minuses on me. So this will offset it at least. There we go. Ooh, wait, that means I can't wand hit off the other one, because then it's going to consume a blade. Although, with the minus 25 or the plus 25, maybe it's worth it, because it reduces more damage than I get boosted. Alright. And then he's low on health. Actually did like half his HP. Oh, there's my blade. I actually do wonder how many bosses I need to kill before the door opens, because I don't think it's all of them. it is just one, it makes my job a lot easier, but I doubt it. Also, why does the falling sand sound like rain? Yeah, that should be enough, right? Apparently not. Let's try that again. Excellent. Actually, yeah, I completely forgot about the boost. Okay. Actually, wait, how is my inventory doing? I haven't checked that. 5680. Alright, so that door's not open still. Yeah, I guess we can do the storm one. But here is the Yardbird. Kinda worried about the damage output of them. Actually, those guys have 840 HP. That's like Dragonspire health. Now we'll go for a one-shot, actually, I think. So yeah, that was a feint. I hope I don't have to worry about them weaknessing. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 with the trap. I am actually at half HP. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. In that case. Well, actually, with the double blades, that might be enough to kill. Wait, no, I have different gear on, because when I was farming for the amulet, I basically had a really good strategy to just kill the boss in X amount of turns. I knew exactly how many buffs I needed. Now I have different gear on, so it's going to be a bit different. So he might actually survive this. Just barely. Well, at least that gets rid of them. I should have just one-hit him. What am I doing? Actually, now maybe not so much. Because I do want to be at full health for these. Do I I not have Wraith? Don't need that. Don't need that. Maybe I should switch it to the Mushu gear. Oh, of course I failed Pip. I didn't want to do that spell. That's not the one. Should have used the death trap. Oh well. Excellent. Is the door open now? No. Guess we're gonna do the fire one. I kind of want to save the life one for last, simply because, I mean, I know I have boosted damage, but then I have to worry about death shields. So we'll do this one. I hope we only have to do 3 in order to get to the boss. This is actually the harder of the dungeon, the hardest of the 3, assuming you didn't rush Jotun. We'll do that. Weaknesses I'm not worried about. Actually, maybe I should. I should actually farm. I've got so much to do. I've got Lore Master farming, I've got Malastare farming, I've got soon be Grizzleheim farming, I suppose. Although actually I think Dragonspire farming will be the most important, or Malastare farming. Because the gear is just so good. They really like their snow shields. Nah, I got time. I'm only down 700 HP. Yeah, they really like their snow shields. Actually do wonder, because I'm thinking of getting some friends to help farm Malastare Drake. I wonder, what all does he drop? Okay, then we do this. And we use Scarecrow. I'm kind of surprised. Malastare doesn't drop Ease. Drops Socket Wrenches, which actually could be really good. Although I'll have to check the sockets for the Dragonspire gear. I suppose it could be Adept. Vault Keeper's boots. There we go. Wait, hold on, which way is it? That's the storm, that's the entrance. Oh, no, we do have to fight all of them. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna have to think of this. I also want to check Ravenscar, Winterdeep Warren. Definitely hold on to that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to rely less on the traps. Because poisons may be required. Although, maybe I should bring a skeletal pirate in case they try to heal. Well, that's a That's gonna be an instant poison. I do have 3 blades. Well, that's good. So if they turn around and pull triage out of nowhere, I'm gonna be mad. $350 a turn. That's him out of the way at least. Especially with them going first, I'm worried about death shields. I do have that. I think that's actually my smartest move. Yeah, alright then. Of course, that means I only have that one blade left. Also, what is going on with the shadows? That dealt that much, and that was just with the blade. That was like half his HP. And I bet the boss has more boost. I don't care about that. Especially with a new pip. Okay. Now I don't remember what type the boss is. Actually, I do kind of hope he's death type, because then that means I can just convert on him, and I'm good. One, two, three, four, five. We'll try it. I actually don't. Paint would be nice, because I'm honestly not sure if this will kill. feel like I'm taking a risk every single time I use this trap. Yeah, good thing I fainted. But now I should be able to take him out. I am unbelievably mad. That's actually so annoying. 600 damage. This is actually what does me in. Oh my goodness. Well, time to do it again. And hope for the best. That's actually really bad. That does enough, right? I just want to get the to do it, really. Okay, we'll dead zone, I guess. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's got a feint on it. Do this, then hit. Surely. I don't know what all spells he has, but surely. Surely he won't Death Shield again. If he does, I think that's GG. Oh my goodness. I saw the self-target, and I just about... I was so scared. Okay, that's actually gotta do enough. I think that had 3k. 4k. Almost 5k. Okay. Now the door should be open. There it is. Hold on. Never mind. I do have to fight these guys. Okay. I don't know the resist. Do I just pack 3 prisms and then win? I think I do. Because I do need to actually get through them. Alright then. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of one of these. I really hope. And, don't weakness me. And of course it... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. You actually look. The Grendel sap scars don't. These are witch doctors. No, they don't either. Alright, so yeah, I'm free to just AoE. Excellent. Okay, now it's time. The actual final part of this area. Yeah? Okay. That's a bit weird. Ooh, he's death. Oh, they're all death type. Well, in that case... Alright. Gonna have to play this carefully. They might not have weaknesses. What am I doing? Alright, so it'll be Feint, Blade, Trap, Convert, Trap. Right? Actually, if all else fails, I can always hit through the minions resist. I can't for the boss. He has 6,000. I may have really underestimated his HP. Maybe not, actually. Actually, wait, I haven't been looking at the gear drops in Niflheim. Okay, never mind. So what we'll do... this. Alright, I think he is the only one that can weakness, which is great for us. Yeah, he obviously he has weakness. Do this. I could just set up a bunch of blades, but how much resist do the minions have? Yeah, 40%. That's a bad idea for right now. I really need some of my other spells. I'm doing alright with HP for now. So I should be fine. I am kind of worried about Oleg because he has a lot of high damage spells. What I may have to do is... I might have to do that. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of these. Do this. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. A scarecrow! Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got a faint on him. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my Dark Pact. I think I'm gonna have to go for a hit next turn. I think I've gotta. Alright, thank you for getting rid of 2 traps. That was very kind of you. Actually, that does help me, because then I'm not activating that for my thing. They have 840 though. We're gonna take a shot in the dark. Of course he weaknesses the turn I go to hit him. Of course he does. But I'm fine. Minions I don't think are dead. Boss might be close. He does have a lot on him. Only 4,000? I would have to do that again. And that is what we will do. At least I basically just did a reset. Kind of. So, that's probably not a smart move. Have a convert on him. Do this. We'll blade next turn. And actually, because now that life trap will activate. With the convert. Ooh. So yes, we'll do that. Really using storm spells. Okay then. That could be interesting. Now I kind of want a Spirit Blade. I mean, I got nothing to lose. Okay, now we can safely Scarecrow, and he should be dead. Trying to think, because farming Alistair is not going to be fun. Mostly because half of the gear drops from Alistair himself. And you saw how much we got from him on our first run. So, you know, trying to get 3 different pieces of gear when all of the school gear drops from him. Yeah, the life convert. Alright, 1 brother down. Inclement where? Okay then. Okay, one boss down. On to the next one. Which thankfully is a lot easier. Say that. I mean, at least getting to him is a lot easier. I mean, I'll take these frost flowers. Jeez. Just getting to Jotun, or just getting to Ravenscar might take up the whole time. So yeah, this one's a bit different. It's just a big maze. The only entrance is here. Just gotta be careful to avoid all these guys. I think if we go this way... That's a boss, and that's a dead end, so not this way. Path here and there. Go back in here, dead end. That's also just an immediate dead end. So I am trying to find the book. Here's Holder. Okay, yeah. Here's the book here, but we can't get it from that side. Down this path, that's also a dead end. I think this way, that gets to the wall. Gotta be careful here. Then, yep, here's the book.
Runes can ward against sorrows. They can bind wounds suffered. Runes can break chains. They can stop arrows in flight. Runes can turn a curse against the speaker. They can calm the angriest of hearts. Runes can give strength to allies. They can cause the dead to speak. All these things runes can do. There is more that is unsaid.
Alright. And we've just got the Ravenscar book. Where does this lead us? It's up to the boss area? Oh, it is. That's a lot of enemies. Okay. This is a life enemy. So it's gonna be extra fun. I could bring Strangle. That could be actually really smart. Because he has the same HP. Bring a Skeletal Pirate, just in case he tries something funny. That's all the blades I have. And then one of these. That should be good. Because I will have to try to get rid of these guys. I'm actually going to mark just in case. That's actually a great start. That's... You've got to be kidding me. Why on earth would he shield with the death minion? So I'm gonna do literally nothing to him, which sucks. Oh, he has a balance auto attack? Because he also has a weakness. I guess I'm just gonna do as much damage to Gredor as I can. Means I'm gonna have to use Scarecrow twice in order to get rid of him. That's a weakness. I don't think I have that, though. No, I don't. Okay, small interruption. And I just realized he has a death shield. I love this game, don't you? So now that I'm not going to be doing any damage to two enemies. Did I bring any poisons? I don't think I did. I also hope that I live these turns. Okay, that's literally my best option. You've got to be kidding me. We'll do it again. They have 40%. That's not going to do anything. This one attack's not going to do anything to that one guy. Oh. Got 205. I'm just going to set up another attack. But that's 2 down at least. I may have to wait till 5 for that, though. All else fails, I suppose. Alright. Now they're out of pips, at least. Thank goodness. And I cannot get power pips to save my life. Really gonna use sprites? Okay. Do I use Death Blow? I don't think so. I'm just gonna go for another Scarecrow, I guess. It's literally my best option. I just have to hope that he he doesn't use another death shield. I can probably get rid of the minion, honestly. It's not gonna be helpful. So Nor is not getting power pips. Oh, that I don't care about. Doesn't have a feint on him. I guess we're gonna do that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 with that. That actually might come close to killing. He's got 5,000. That'll be 8. That was 3 fail pips in a row. What do I hear for? Actually, that might have been 4. Maybe not. That'll at least get all of my HP back. Oh wow, never mind. Okay, well. Alright. There's no teleport to the front. I'm not going back through the maze. I also could use to fill my mana. But now, we finally made it to Jotun, which I think is a storm boss. Though he does have the most health out of all the brothers. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. Alright. I do wonder how... Do we want to try to continue into Ravenscar? We could. Also, is anyone? No. Okay. And I think there is actually unique dialogue based on if you've taken out only one of the other brothers or not. I don't know what that dialogue is, but that's the wrong staircase. So hopefully, this will just be a straightforward fight. Most he can do is weakness me, which I have Dark Pact for. So then I can just do a full setup, and he won't kill me, and he won't get 20 power pips. Right? Yep, now it's just Jotun. Okay. Probably don't need that. Alright, here we go. And I start off the turn. It's Christmas. Actually, look what spells he has. also getting a lot of power pips. Wait a minute. I just realized something that he has. Yeah, he apparently has Earthquake. So that could be a problem. Luckily, at least he doesn't have Mastery. Okay, so that has changed up my game plan significantly, now that I know that he has that. And I didn't think I'd have to worry about that until much later. Okay, I don't know why I kept that in here. I definitely don't need it. Healing, he's never actually going to be able to use it. Probably going to use any pips that he gets, and he's probably going to get a lot of power pips onto Storm. He's got 3. This. Although he does seem to just be buffing. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Does have a feint on? Yes. He has 4 pips. And I don't have a Scarecrow. I don't think I'm gonna need that. Okay. Rent of a superpowered... Not superpowered, Earthquake has passed. I am getting low on HP. I'm just gonna Blade for next hit. Since, I'm not 100% sure that this will kill. But I know I'm getting my health back. And is this guy just spamming Dark Sprite? Alright, here we go. That only dealt 5,000. So now I only have to worry about him, but still. I probably don't want to feint here, do I? Because he's gonna hit me with something big. Okay, he only has up to Stormzilla. I was actually someone. That's actually interesting. Because, what was it? What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Oleg, the death guy that we fought. He had Scarecrow. But this guy only has, up to Stormzilla. No Triton, no Stormlord. Which actually I'm kind of happy for. I would not have liked him having Stormzilla. Stormlord. Duh. Now he has no pips. I'm not getting any either. Although at this point, I think Wraith will kill. Since I'm not getting any power pips. Excellent. There we go. That's one of the hardest bosses in this area. Smock of the Leviathan. Very good. Although actually... Okay, didn't get what I wanted. Wait, how does the robe compare? 10 damage. Oh, that's like Mushu gear. Hold on. Well, now we can go to Valgard. Oh boy. I suppose we can start Ravenscar? It isn't technically the start of Ravenscar.
You have done what generations of our warriors could not do. You have defeated Jotun. All of Grizzleheim is in awe of your mighty deed. I call you the greatest hero I have met. You have proven yourself a mighty warrior. Now I ask if you can demonstrate your wisdom and fairness. The wolves and ravens each make claims that cannot be believed. Accusations fly like arrows, and an outside voice is needed. You have seen much in your visits to Grizzleheim, and dealt with wolf, raven, and bear alike. I call upon your counsel in this matter.
It matters little what this meddler says or does. Your doom is at hand. I will speak no more, and will be rid of this place.
I suspected the treachery of the ravens, but could not prove it. What has happened to our runestone?
The same thing happened to our own runestone, though the ravens claimed it was the work of your people. Now we know the truth.
It is clear now what has happened. The ravens have deceived us both, pitted wolf against bear. But to what end? Young wizard, it is my right as king to order you to serve us. But for this, I simply ask for your aid. I trust your honor and friendship will sway you. We must learn what the ravens plan, and how they can be stopped. There is a raven I trust, named Raffen Lorespeaker. Go and speak to Raffen, and see what he knows.
Alright. Now we actually get to go into Ravenscar. Oh boy. I want to say most of the bosses are around the 3000 area. Pretty sure. I don't remember what the health of the enemies are.
You're a long way from home, young wizard. You can trust me. I am a loyal friend of Valgard Goldenblade, and I do not want to see the bears at war with the ravens. This is the work of a group of evil ravens called the Coven. We must learn what they plan and put an end to their mischief. One of our own, a scout named Scullin Icebrand, claimed to have learned terrible news. The Coven captured him and put him in our prison. Go and find out what he learned.
Alright. So now there's a new set of Yardbirds to find. And I'm kind of forgetting where the first one is. I know where the second one is, and we can't get to it. But for now, let's just go fight some enemies. Though I do want this. somewhat weird being back in Grizzleheim. Alright. I don't need this animate. I don't know why I was holding on to it.
You don't belong here. Let's see how you'll fit in a cage.
I mean, if it's just a normal enemy. Well, I am suspicious. Okay, yeah, it's just a normal enemy. Okay. Right in front of my salad. This is... let's get rid of some of these. Just to offset the tower shield. Wait. Wow, we had 2 pips. Never mind. I was gonna say, did he just get a power pip? I don't have Wraith on hand. Bruh. Oh, there it is. This guy? Okay. I was gonna say, is he seriously going to Tower Shield again? Hey, and did offset it. Alright, let's get this guy out of jail.
Have you come to free me from this place? I won't risk my life talking to you while I'm a prisoner. If you want to talk to me, you need to free me. The jailer, Ingram Glyphcutter, has the keys to my cell.
That was probably a boss fight. I actually do wonder how much health they have. So if it is Dragonspire health, you know, the 3000 HP or above. Because I thought that Ravenscar was originally designed to basically be harder than Dragonspire. Certain parts of it certainly are. I was gonna say, these guys are rank 6. Meanwhile, most things in Dragonspire were like 7 or 8.
What are you doing? Get out of here!
Alright, it is a boss. Still bring Dead Zone. Let's actually check his health. No, 1,600. What? I expected a challenge, especially coming off of Jotun. I guess he's just the barrier for entry. Yeah, we can do that. Oh, of course he has that. I wonder. This might be dumb. We're gonna try something funny. I will definitely Blade next turn. Even if I get a Power Pip, I'm gonna basically have to. Oh well, I'm blading anyways. Actually, we may not get more into Ravenscar. Especially if I'm not getting any... Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think Ravenscar is going to have to be held off for next time. It's just almost free. Let's see. This... Just kind of looking at the Grizzleheim gear that I have. I actually have some of these as well. Oh well. One piece in particular that I could farm for, which is Gildan's boots.
You find the cell key tied on a cord around the jailer's neck.
Alright. Where am I going? Let's not run into enemies. Okay, I am actually trying to remember where this Yardbird is. I wanna say it's near this edge. Probably wrong. Apparently so. Well. Let's go free this guy. I'll worry about the Yardbird later. Do I have to refight this guy? I hope not. Though I may. Yes, I do. I didn't see if I had, Wraith in hand. I don't. You do it. I love it when they do that, so then I have to do this. To bypass the shield. It's so much fun. Tower shields are. Alright, get out of here. Excellent.
Thanks for the key. This is what happened to me. I discovered an old scroll while exploring the glacier. I could not read it, so I gave it to a raven in the coven. He read it and grew angry at me. He summoned his brothers in the coven, and they brought me here. They told me to be silent about the scroll. When they left, they said they were taking the scroll to the Tower of Lore to keep it safe and secret. That's all I know.
Interesting. Let's head back to Hrafen. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's not gonna pull fight.
You spoke with Scullin Icebrand, yes? Scullin told you that the Coven are keeping that ancient scroll in the Tower of Lore, yes? It will be difficult to get you in there. It is a place for shamans and magicians only. You are no doubt a powerful wizard in your own world, but your ways are not our ways. They will let you into the tower if you carry with you a spirit totem. We will make one for you. First, I will need some raven feathers. No, not mine. Go and gather feathers from a Winterwing battler and bring them back here.
Alright. Before we go, what does this guy have? Sunflower hearts, although it requires sun rays, and a lot of them in order to make it. Huh. Oh wait, hold on, was there something else? No. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna have to call it here. I will hopefully get some gear by the time I am back. Hopefully Monday, maybe. So, until then, we shall hold off on the Raven Scar. And, one of the upcoming fights. It's gonna be real fun. So, until then, auf Wiedersehen.